Hey Bay Area Fight fans, this is your host Douglas Edwards, and these are my fight picks for the UFC 207 Amanda Nunes versus Ronda Rousey. I'll only be doing the main card. So without further ado, let's go ahead and list off the fights that are on the main card. First off, we have Louis Smolka versus Ray Borg, Dong Young Kim versus Tarek Saffiedine, TJ Dillashaw versus John Lineker, Dominic Cruz versus Cody Garbrandt, and last but not least, Amanda Nunes versus Ronda Rousey. All right, so Louis Smolka versus Ray Borg. I do believe that Smolka had a really hard time on the scales, and Borg actually came in off weight, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong about that, but I think that Ray Borg pulls it off by decision. Smolka looked really emaciated on the scales. I think that's going to have an effect during the fight. Next, we have Dong Young Kim versus Tarek Saffiedine. I think that Tarek Saffiedine gets the job done. I want to say decision, possible KO, but I'm leaning more decision. I think that his wrestling is good enough to keep Dong Young Kim at bay, and his boxing, kickboxing will get him the job done. Dong Young Kim is a stun gun, great grappler. He may be able to drag Tarek Saffiedine down to the ground, but I don't think he'll be able to keep it there. Saffiedine just a little too dynamic, and should pull off the decision. TJ Dillashaw versus John Lineker. Very similar fighters, very similar in their wrestling ability, but I think that Dillashaw is the more uh, composed athlete and overall mixed martial artist. I think that Dillashaw does get the nod on this one. Possible third round KO. Um, Definitely leaning towards Dillashaw. This is a good fight though. Next we have Dominic Cruz versus Cody Garbrandt. Dominic Cruz I think, is just going to be way too much for Cody Garbrandt. That awkward style, the movement. I know that the team Alpha Male has um, an understanding of Cruz's game, but I don't think that Cody Garbrandt's going to be able to utilize any of those teachings that he has from his coaches to actually get the job done. Um, I think Garbrandt's going to be a little bit too flat-footed, and eventually the fight is going to look very similar to all of the other fights that Cruz has had with the other alpha male members that he's fought. So Dominic Cruz, uh, also too, I think that maybe Cruz gets the submission win a little late, around the fourth, maybe possibly the third. Garbrandt hasn't seen those championship rounds. So if it's drugged deeper into those rounds, then it's going to be Cruz's game. So Dominic Cruz, I would say by submission, third, most likely fourth round, but definitely a submission stoppage late. Um, and last but not least, we have Amanda Nunes versus Ronda Rousey. In an intriguing matchup. I think that Amanda Nunes gets the job done early. I think she gets the KO no later than the third. I think that the time off for Ronda Rousey and a knockout loss, she needed an easier opponent to come into to play with here. Just like any other uh, big boxing match, the guy never comes back to face such a heavy opponent, and that's what you have in Amanda Nunes. I think Nunes comes in hyper ready, has the height as well as she has a very similar build to that of Holly Holm. Um, I think that she'll be able to get the job done in the same way she got the job done against Misha Tate. So Amanda Nunes by third round KO. Ronda Rousey, long layoff, a lot of ring rust. I think those are going to be factors. She does look great, but looking good and performing are two different things. But we'll see. She is Ronda Rousey. She does have an amazing skill set with her judo, but I don't think that she's going to be able to drag Amanda Nunes down to the ground. And I think Amanda Nunes is so fresh that she's going to be able to stop Ronda Rousey in the third. So those are my picks for UFC 207, Amanda Nunes versus Ronda Rousey. Um, Comment, let me know what you think. Let me hear your picks. Give me those likes, all that good stuff. And stay tuned because I have a fight picks for World Series of Fighting coming up. Thanks, guys, and tune in.